You serve a strange captain on a silent ship. The vessel is named the Vagrant, a fitting name for a ship without a true destination. Your life is a routine of quiet efficiency. You check sensor readings. You calibrate energy flows. You run diagnostics on the life support systems. Every crew member performs their duty with flawless precision. There are no wasted words, no idle chatter. Your ship is a perfect machine. Your captain, Alara, is the anomaly. She stands on the bridge, not watching the star charts. She watches her crew. She has old paper books bound in real leather, a strange and inefficient way to store information. She once told you stories are more important than star charts. You did not understand. A star chart provides a path. A story provides what? Distraction? Today she walks over to your console. You are monitoring the long-range scanners. The void is empty. It is always empty. Tell me something you remember, she says. Her voice is soft. It is a strange sound in the humming silence. You check your logs. All systems are green, Captain. No new data. She smiles a little. It is a sad kind of smile. No, she says. Tell me a memory. Something that is yours. You have no answer. Your memory is a log of duties performed. It is a record of efficiency. You are a good officer. You do not waste energy on personal things. The rest of the crew is the same. They are products of the mandate. The mandate values logic. It values function. It stripped away the clutter of emotion, of history, of stories. Your captain is different. She is a collector of lost things. She collects ideas you were told to forget. And you are beginning to think she wants to give them back. One cycle, she gathers the bridge crew. This is unusual. Meetings are inefficient. Information is sent through data streams. She tells everyone to deactivate their consoles. The bridge becomes dark, lit only by the distant stars. She begins to speak. Her voice fills the silence. She tells a story of old Earth, a place none of you have ever seen. She speaks of a firefighter, a person who ran into burning buildings, not for credits, not for status, but to save others. She describes the heat, the smoke, the fear. Then she describes the courage, a human running toward danger for a stranger. It is an illogical concept. The risk analysis is a failure. The action serves no logical purpose for self-preservation. You feel a strange tightness in your chest. Your hands feel cold. You look at the tactical officer, Jax. His face is usually a mask of calm calculation. Now, his jaw is tight. A single drop of water traces a line down his cheek. The ship's environmental controls are perfect. There is no reason for condensation. You realize what it is from her stories. A tear. For the first time, you feel something real. It is not data. It is not a system report. It is an echo from a place you have never been. The story ends. The captain is silent. No one moves. The feeling lingers. It is a painful and beautiful thing. It is the ghost of a forgotten emotion, hope, sadness, awe. You do not have a word for it, but you know you want to feel it again. The bridge is no longer just a control room. It has become a space for ghosts. And you are all listening. An alarm blares through the quiet ship. The sound is shocking after the long silence. Your training takes over. You spin back to your console. The long-range scanner has a contact. It is impossible. You have scanned this sector 100 times. The void was empty. Now, it is not. You run the scan again. The object is there, drifting in the black. It is not a ship. It is not an asteroid. It is a perfect lattice of crystalline structures. It glows with a soft, internal light. It looks like a complex snowflake made of frozen starlight. Your sensors report no energy signature, no heat, no radiation. By all logical measurements, it should not exist. Yet, it does. You stare at the screen, unable to process the data. Then, a new input arrives. Audio. The object is broadcasting a signal. It is not a standard communication frequency. It is a pattern of tones, a melody. The sound fills the bridge. It is a song of incredible sadness and profound peace. The ship's computer searches trillions of known signatures. It finds no match. This song is new, or perhaps it is impossibly old. The captain stands beside you. She's not looking at the screen. She is listening, her eyes closed. It is a memory, she whispers. A memory of a voice. You do not understand how a voice can be a memory, or how an object can sing it. But as you listen, that strange feeling returns, that tightness in your chest. The song is a story without words, and it is telling you something you have forgotten. Suddenly, your proximity alert screams. 5 new contacts appear. They warp into existence without any warning. Their energy signatures are clean, precise, and powerful. 5 identical ships. They are perfect silver teardrops. No windows, no visible weapons. They radiate cold, flawless logic. You recognize the design. They belong to the authority, the enforcers of the mandate. A communication request appears on your screen. You accept it. A face materializes on the main view screen. It is unnervingly perfect. Symmetrical features. Eyes that hold no warmth. Only assessment. This is Executor Valerius. The voice is calm. It is without tone or emotion. You have detected an anomaly. Our records show you have downloaded its signal. The executor pauses. That signal is a contagion. It is a remnant of the great sickness, a sickness of uncontrolled memory. He looks directly at you through the screen. His gaze feels like a scalpel. You will delete all records of the object. You will erase the last hour of your ship's memory logs. You will then submit your vessel for a data cleanse. He is not asking. It is a command. The captain steps forward. And the object? She asks. Her voice is a sharp contrast to his sterile tone. What is it? The executor's expression does not change. It is a wound from the past. We are the cure, a cure for the chaos of remembering. He says the word remembering like it is a disease. Forget what you saw. It is for your own good. It is the logical path. You look at the captain. You have seen her defy logic. You have a feeling she's about to do it again. The logical path? Captain Alara repeats softly. She looks at the flawless fleet on the view screen. Then she turns to you. Helm, prepare for a sharp maneuver. Use Protocol Theseus. You stare at her. Protocol Theseus? It is not in any standard tactical database. It is from one of her old books, a myth about a hero escaping a maze. It is not a real strategy. Jax, the tactical officer, looks just as confused. Captain? That protocol is a fiction. The captain smiles. So are we to them. They expect logic. They expect surrender or a predictable fight. We will give them a story instead. She turns to the communications officer. Transmit a full diagnostic report to the executor's ship. Overload the data stream with nonsense code. The executor's fleet is moving into a perfect containment formation. They are closing the box around you. There is no escape, not with math. Now, the captain commands. The helmsman engages the maneuver. Your ship does not jump to warp. It does not fire weapons. It launches every single one of its maintenance drones and escape pods. They fly out in a chaotic swarm. Each one broadcasts a weak, looping signal from the strange object's song. The authority fleet hesitates. Their logic cannot process the move. It is wasteful. It is pointless. Why would a ship eject its own lifeboats? While their perfect computers try to solve the illogical riddle, you make your move. Your ship, now lighter, performs a tight, impossible burn. You dive toward the planet below. You use its gravity to slingshot your vessel away at incredible speed. You escaped their perfect cage. You escaped with a trick from a book. A story proved to have sharper teeth than any weapon. Once you are clear, the ship is quiet again. The adrenaline fades. You look back at the tactical display. The Authority fleet is still there. They are methodically destroying your drones and pods. They are cleaning up the mess. They are erasing the evidence. But they are too late. You still have the recording. You have the song from the ghost in the void. The captain gathers the crew on the bridge again. She plays the song. This time, you listen differently. You know it is a threat to the Authority. You know it is a memory. She connects the ship's computer to the crystalline object signal. The melody is a key. It unlocks something hidden inside the strange artifact. Data streams begin to flow. They are not ship logs or weapon schematics. They are journals, poems, historical records, images of art you have never seen. You see civilizations rising and falling. You see families laughing. You see heroes fighting for beliefs, not for resources. It is a library of whispers, a collection of everything the mandate forced the galaxy to forget. It was not a sickness. It was culture. It was life. The great forgetting was not a cure. It was a conquest. The Authority did not save the galaxy from chaos. They erased its soul so they could control its body. The captain explains. The mandate was created after a devastating war. A war fueled by old grudges and conflicting beliefs. The founders decided the problem was emotion itself. History, memory. They created the Authority to enforce a new logic. A galaxy where no one remembered why they might hate each other, or why they might love each other. A galaxy of perfect, empty peace. The crystalline object was a time capsule, a message from those who refused to forget. A final, desperate attempt to preserve the truth. Your training intensifies, but it is not tactical training. The captain teaches you from the library of whispers. She tells you stories of courage, stories of sacrifice, stories of love and betrayal. She shows you ancient films of people laughing until they cried, of explorers standing on new worlds, not to claim them, but to gaze in wonder. You learn about Achilles and his rage. You learn about a king named Arthur and his round table. The crew begins to change. You see small smiles on the bridge. You hear quiet conversations in the mess hall. The navigator, a woman named Lena, begins to hum tunes from the library. Jax, your tactical officer, starts sketching images on his data pad. He draws the heroes from the captain's stories. He is clumsy at first, but his lines grow confident. He is remembering how to create. You feel it too. You start to remember fragments of your own past. Before the academy, before the mandate scrubbed your mind clean. You remember a warm hand holding yours. You remember the smell of rain on dry ground. These are useless memories, illogical, but they feel more real than anything you have ever known. The captain is not just teaching you stories. She is rebooting your soul. She is awakening the human heart inside the perfect officer. An alarm sounds again. This time it is different. A red light flashes on the tactical display. A net of energy has just formed around your position. It is a warp interdiction field. There is no escape. Seconds later, a fleet of Authority ships appears. Not 5 this time. 50. They form a perfect sphere around you. Every ship is in the exact calculated position, a cage of flawless logic. Executor Valerius appears on your screen again. His face shows no triumph, only the calm certainty of a problem solved. Your illogical actions have been analyzed, he states. Your flight path was chaotic, but not without patterns. We predicted this destination. There is no mathematical solution for your survival. There is no story that can save you now. He is right. Jax runs the calculations. The odds of escape are 0. Their weapons are charged. Their formation is unbreakable. Every move you could make is already countered. The bridge is silent. The crew looks to Captain Alara. The hope she ignited in them is flickering. Faced with perfect logic, their rediscovered emotions feel fragile, powerless. You feel a cold knot of a new feeling. Fear. The captain looks at the screen. She shows no fear. She looks at Valerius with something like pity. You believe numbers are the only truth, she says. That is why you will always lose. She turns to her communications officer. Open a channel to the entire Authority fleet, unsecured. I want every ship to hear me. The officer complies. Executor. The captain's voice rings out across the bridge. You are correct. We cannot escape. But you have made a critical error in your calculations. Valerius is unmoved. Impossible. Our logic is flawless. The captain smiles. You assume this ship was our only weapon. She pauses. You tracked our warp signature here, but you failed to detect the others, the 5 other ships that jumped in with us. Jax looks at his screen. There are no other ships. It is a lie, a complete fabrication. The Authority fleet does not react. But Valerius hesitates, a flicker of something uncertain in his perfect eyes. Your sensors are lying, he says. But his voice has lost its absolute certainty. He is calculating, recalculating. The possibility, however small, has been introduced. Logic demands he consider it. They are cloaked, of course, the captain continues smoothly, using forgotten technology. Technology powered by things you cannot measure, like hope. She is weaving a story, a bluff. She is using their own logic against them. The perfect machine must account for all variables. And she has just given them a variable they cannot see. A ghost in their machine. The hesitation is only for a second, but a second is all she needs. Now, she whispers to the helm. He understands. He fires the main engines, not away from the fleet, but directly toward the nearest ship. A collision course, an act of illogical madness. Their perfect formation breaks. They scatter to avoid a direct impact they never predicted. A small gap opens in the cage, and you slip through. Your new path is guided by the Library of Whispers. It leads you to a forgotten sector, to a world shielded from all sensors, a silent gray planet. As you approach, you see them. Giant, sleeping figures dot the landscape. They are colossal beings made of stone and metal. They are kilometers high. Each one is still, covered in the dust of ages. They are machines, but they feel ancient, alive. The captain explains these are the sleepers. They were a civilization that fought against the mandate at its creation. They saw the Great Forgetting for what it was, a cultural genocide. They could not win the war, so they chose to hide. They put themselves and their world into a deep hibernation, waiting for a sign that the galaxy was ready to remember. Your arrival, broadcasting the song of the lost, was that sign. You land your small ship at the foot of one of the giants. A section of its surface opens. A ramp descends. The captain walks down the ramp alone. She carries no weapon, no technology. She carries one of her old paper books. You watch on the external camera. She approaches the entrance. A new being emerges from the giant. It is tall and slender. Its body is made of swirling light. And guardian. State your purpose. Its voice is not sound. It is a thought placed directly in your mind. The captain holds up the book. We did not come to make a treaty, she says. We came to tell you a story. The captain does not speak of tactics or alliances or shared enemies. She sits before the being of light. She tells it the story of the firefighter, the story she told you, the one that made you feel for the first time. She tells it stories from the library of whispers, stories of flawed heroes, of impossible love, of bitter defeat and the hope that rises after. She is not negotiating. She is connecting. You cannot hear her words through the ship's sensors, but you can feel something happening. The dormant giants on the planet begin to stir. A soft light glows from within their stone shells. The dust of millennia shifts. The being of light does not move, but you can feel its attention. Its ancient, vast consciousness is focused entirely on her tail. She's reminding it what it feels like to be alive. Hours pass. The captain finishes her last story. The being of light remains still. Then it speaks in your mind again. Emotion is a language we had forgotten. You have given us a reason to speak again. The ground trembles. Across the planet, the stone giants rise. Their eyes, dark for centuries, blaze with new light. They have not agreed to an alliance. They have joined your story. An alliance built not on logic, but on shared feeling. The sleepers do not give you new weapons. They give you something stranger. They show you how to modify your own systems, your ship's engines, your shields, your communication arrays. The technology they offer is not powered by antimatter or fusion. It is powered by memory. They teach you to focus on a feeling, the courage from a hero's tale, the warmth of that forgotten hand holding yours. You stand at your sensor station. But now it is different. To increase scanner range, you do not just divert power. You remember the feeling of wonder, the feeling you got when you first saw the star-born snowflake. The sensors surge with energy. Your range triples. Jax learns to strengthen the ship's shields. He focuses his anger, his rage at the authority for what they stole from everyone. The shield display glows with a fierce, protective light. Every member of the crew learns. The ship comes alive. It is no longer just a machine. It is an extension of your rediscovered hearts. The weapons are the same lasers and torpedoes, but now they are forged from feeling. They strike with the force of your conviction. You are not just fighting for survival. You are fighting for every forgotten poem, every lost song, every memory the authority tried to erase. You are ready. Your small ship, the Vagrant, leaves the world of silent giants. You are not alone. Behind you, the fleet of awakened sleepers follows. They are slow, but their power is immense. The authority fleet is waiting for you. Their perfect formation is back in place. Executor Valerius appears on your screen. His face, for the first time, shows a flicker of something. Surprise? Or perhaps the logical processor is failing to categorize what it sees. Your allies are illogical, Valerius states. They are relics, obsolete. The captain smiles. You are wrong. They are history, and history has a way of repeating itself. The final battle begins. It is not a battle of tactics. It is a battle of ideas. Their ships move with perfect precision, firing lasers at calculated intervals. Your ship dances. It moves with the grace of a story, an unpredictable, emotional rhythm. Your primary weapon is not the laser cannon. It is your communication array, modified by the sleepers. It is ready for its true purpose. The captain gives the order. "Broadcast it," she says. "Broadcast everything." You do not send a message of surrender or a declaration of war. You send the library of whispers. You broadcast every story, every song, every piece of art, every forgotten truth, across all frequencies, to every ship in the Authority fleet, to every colony they control. You are not firing a torpedo. You are firing a memory bomb. The signal rips across the void. It bypasses their firewalls. It ignores their encryption. It is not data to be blocked. It is a story to be heard. On the bridge of every Authority ship, the song of the star-born object begins to play. The stories of old Earth echo in the sterile corridors. Images of forgotten art flash on their tactical displays. You are giving them back their own stolen history. At first, nothing happens. The fleet continues its attack with cold precision. But then, you see it, a single ship. Its firing pattern becomes erratic. It drifts slightly from the perfect formation. Then another, and another. Inside those ships, the crews are feeling what you felt. The tightness in the chest, the confusion, the first ghost of an emotion. Valerius's face is on your screen. He is watching his fleet fracture. His perfect logic is cracking. "Cease fire," he orders his fleet. "Reject the data. It is a poison." But it is too late. You cannot unhear a story. You cannot unfeel a memory. His ships are beginning to remember. They are remembering what it is to be human, or Klaxian, or whatever species they were before the mandate made them all the same. Their cold logic is failing against the warm chaos of truth. The war ends, not with a final, massive explosion, not with a triumphant victory speech. It ends with a single sound. On your view screen, Executor Valerius stares at an image from your broadcast, an image of a mother holding her child. His perfect, symmetrical face begins to crumble. A single tear escapes his eye. The first he has likely ever shed. He does not wipe it away. He just watches it fall. Across the fleet, his crews are doing the same. They are not fighting. They are remembering. They are grieving for a loss they never knew they had. The perfect, sterile machine of the Authority has broken down. Not from a weapon, but from a feeling. The battle is over. The silence that follows is not the empty silence of before. It is a silence filled with thought, with memory, with the beginning of a new story. Your captain taught you to remember. Now, you have taught the galaxy. The great forgetting is over. This is the first day of remembrance. And you know, looking out at the stars, that the universe will never be the same. It will be messier, more chaotic, but it will finally be alive again.